Hey guys, welcome back to another week. It's week 12 now, so we're going to go over our rankings. A few changes from last week, a lot actually. A bunch of teams falling out, a bunch of new teams in, a few new group of fives. And with the group of five, let's get started. Coming in at 25, we have 8-1 James Madison. They just beat Marshall last week. They're a front runner, honestly, for the final playoff spot, for that group of five playoff spot. Could be them, could be North Texas, Tulane. I could see James Madison possibly sneaking in. I just feel like the American has a little better chance of getting it. But they're still a good team. They're still well worthy of the top 25 spot. Coming in at 24 is 7-2 Louisville, who is 7-2, who lost in overtime over the weekend against Cal Berkeley. Terrible game. They were up pretty high, and then I had to drop them out. It was just terrible. I would knock them to 25 and put James Madison in front of them, but Louisville did beat JMU earlier this season. Coming in at 23 is the front runner for the group of five, and that is North Texas, or the Eagles or whatever they are. They're 8-1 right now, coming off a bye week. 22, newly ranked, Michigan, 7-2. They're also coming off a bye week. And 21, 7-2, coming off a bye week, Pittsburgh. They have Notre Dame this week. It's going to be a great game, I think. If Pitt wants to win the ACC, or just make the playoff, they have to beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame, if they also want to make the playoff, they got to beat Pitt. I don't know if they're going to be able to beat Pitt. I just don't think Notre Dame is that good, really. I have them in my top 10, but I definitely think they're going to fizzle out, and I think they could fizzle out this weekend. I think Pitt's a good squad. They're going to get bumped up, depending on what happens this week. We'll have to see, though. Coming in at number 20, 6-3 Tennessee. They were on a bye week, previously lost to Oklahoma. And then 19 is Oklahoma. They are also 7-2, coming off a bye week. Then 18, Southern Cal, 7-2. They just beat Northwestern. They could be a playoff team. Playoff is definitely still alive for them. They have a tough stretch. They got Iowa, UCLA, and then at Oregon. It could definitely happen. Number 17, Virginia, 8-2. Over the weekend, they lost a terrible game to Wake Forest. Couldn't even get in the end zone. The 16-9 final score. Terrible. Number 16, Cincinnati, coming in at 7-2 as well. They're coming off a bye week. Previous losses against BYU. They got against Utah. Against Utah. Read that wrong. But yeah, Cincinnati, they're still a good squad. They're a good Big 12 team. They're having a great year. Number 15 is Georgia Tech, coming in at 8-1. They're off of the bye week as well. I think they'll be ACC champs. I think they'll win it. I don't think anyone else can really stop them. I don't think I think Georgia Tech is better than Miami and for UVA. Maybe Pittsburgh. I'd be fine with that. I think that'd be pretty cool, but we'll see. And number 14, Miami, 7-2. They pounded Syracuse over the weekend. Pretty good win for them. They're still a good squad. It's just Carson Beck just really fucking sucks at times. Number 13 is Vanderbilt, who's 8-2. They struggled against Auburn in overtime. They won in overtime, but they struggled in that game. They should have not beaten Auburn, if we're just going to be for real. They shouldn't have. Auburn should have won that game. They just suck in the late game. They always have been. That's the second overtime loss. But, yeah. 8-2, though. 13th. That brings us to number 12, Utah. They're 7-2, coming off of the bye week after beating Cincinnati. Brings us to the top 11 now. Number 11, Texas, sitting at 7-2, came off of the bye week. The remaining schedule is against Georgia, Arkansas, and A&M. I still think you got to win out to be a playoff team. It would be an interesting conversation to have, a 9-3 Texas against a 10-2 Notre Dame. I would give it to Texas in that case, just because of strength of schedule. I think that would be, I don't know, but I feel like that's going to be the scenario. I don't think they're going to beat Georgia, but I really do think they're going to beat Texas A&M at home. I think they'll beat Arkansas as well. I don't think that's a question. Yeah, Texas 11. One of the first teams out. I think that's fair to say for now. Brings us to top 10. Number 10, Notre Dame. They pounded Navy this week. They're 7-2. I don't want to see them in the playoff, but we all know what's going to happen. Number 9, BYU, coming in at 8-1. They got killed over the weekend against Texas Tech. They looked terrible in that game. Terrible. But I think 9's pretty fair. I still think they have a good defense. Their offense just cannot get rolling at all. And if your defense out on the field the entire game, it's bound to happen. It's pretty obvious. Number 8, Ole Miss. I still think they're 9-1 right now. They pounded the Citadel this weekend. Not impressive. It's Citadel. You're playing an FCS team in late November. Come on, figure it out. I think they're going to lose to Mississippi State end of the season. That's a topic for another day. Number 7, Georgia. They beat Mississippi State over the weekend. They're 8-1. I think they're going to be number 5 seed coming in the playoff. Number 6, Texas Tech. I have them above Georgia just because of the win over the weekend. 9-1. Big 12. Or they're going to be in the playoff. So I think BYU could be able to get in. If they win, we'll have to see. Number 5, Oregon. Beat Iowa over the weekend on a walk-off field goal. They're a good team. Once it comes time, though, for playoff, I think Georgia would be ahead of them. I don't think Oregon's going to get 5th seed. But, yeah. Now, top 4. Number 4, Alabama. They beat LSU. They didn't kill them necessarily, but their defense was murdering them. Offense could have put up more points, but Blake Baker's a good DC. Number 3 is Indiana. Or really, top 3. There's nowhere. It could go anywhere. Really. I'd say they all look super damn good. But number 3 is Indiana. I previously had them at number 1, but I had to drop them just because of what happened over the weekend against Penn State. And I think, a team looked better. Ohio State, not Ohio. Ohio State's number 1, but we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, I think Indiana just struggled against Penn State. Just did not move the needle for me. They're going to be a first-round bye for sure, but I don't know. Number 2, Texas A&M. I could make a very strong argument that they're number 1. Obviously, they're 9-0. They completely murdered Missouri over the weekend. Pretty sad. Shit happens. Marcel Reed lives in my nightmares. But, yeah, I think A&M's a great team. I could see them winning the national championship. They look good. Everything about them looked good. Yeah, Texas A&M game is going to be phenomenal at the end of the season. And then number 1, Ohio State. I think that's pretty fair to say. Just, they were off the bye week this week. I could put A&M at 1 just because they actually played a top 25 team. It's Missouri. I don't know. But I think Ohio State. I think it's pretty fair to say Ohio State being at number 1. Well, yeah, that's the rankings. Next week, obviously, same thing. I'm excited to see what happens this week. Obviously, Georgia-Texas, that's a huge game. Texas wins that, they're going to be right in the playoff, I think. Notre Dame-Pitt will also be a phenomenal game. I think there's a bunch of good games this week. I'll be at Missouri and Mississippi State, obviously, just because it's Mizzou. But, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a good one, and we will see you later.